the Australian's environmental editor, Graham Lloyd. Graham, I made the point we've got all these industry players out now talking in Turkey, telling us the truth that you and I know is happening with our energy grid, but you've still got the politicians out there trying to blame Ukraine and everything else. Have a listen. Here's Bill Shorten.
There's no doubt that we've seen when that promise was made, that was before the Russians commenced their illegal war against Ukraine, which of course has had a big energy price shock right through the whole global economy. But I think when we look at our capping of gas prices and other matters, Labor hasn't wasted a day. We just want to get on and make sure we can do whatever we can to put downward pressure on energy prices.
Now, I call BS and all of that. Ukraine was invaded back in the February last year, and all the way through into the election, after Ukraine was involved in the war, there were still calls for $275, those promises made about your power bills. Are we going to get, now that industry is speaking out, Graham, some reality built into the politics of energy in Canberra?
Well, that's really all you can hope for, Peter. And in terms of prices, the only thing you can say is that prices in the global markets for gas and coal have moderated considerably, but that hasn't been reflected in what's going on in the wholesale market here. So that direct connection just isn't there. The politicians really have to be a bit honest about the difficulty of what they're trying to do. Industry is now saying, look, this is an 80-year project. It's not something that you can achieve over a decade. And there really needs to be a plan to backstop the supplies while that transition takes place.
Well, let's get to this breakdown today. I want to show this to my viewers. I think it's incredibly important about how much of our energy assets have actually been sold off to the Chinese and Chinese firms. 2017, Alinta Energy, over 1 million customers across Australia, sold to Chow Tai Fook for $4 billion. Energy Australia, 1.7 million customers. It's owned by China Light and Power Company, sold off, of course, by the New South Wales government back in 2011. In South Australia, Hong Kong-based, okay, read that as Chinese, CKI owns 51% of SA Power, along with 2/3 of the Victorian power network United Energy. I tell you what, they also make all the solar panels around them, 80% of solar panels, most of the wind turbines. We don't have much control over our energy market when you look at those statistics, do we, Graham?
No, that's right. Certainly the Chinese have been very aggressive in buying up this space. And when you put that against the concerns that we've had about critical infrastructure and Chinese access to sort of our information and habits, it's quite an extraordinary development when you put it all together like that. Certainly Australia is deeply exposed to China for energy, both in terms of the assets that they control here, but as you say, the imports of all the renewables that we hope are going to replace what's in the system.
Yep, and we're taking their rubbish, but sending them our good coal and our good gas. Graham Lloyd, thank you.